In 2093, the world was living in darkness. Demons and monsters are destroying everything. The crime rate around the world starts to explode and governments cannot do anything but watch. But everything comes to an end in 2095, when Zero appears. He became the first superhero on Earth, and he alone defeated every monster and criminal. Even the Demon Lord couldn't escape his fate. Such achievements inspired humanity to create the League of Heroes, becoming the only hope for our planet. 2010. 5 years later, after Zero disappeared and Earth is finally getting back on track. But Zero never stopped fighting. He's actually facing his biggest fight ever against his sister, who kicked him out of home because he's unemployed. One day Jai was walking around until he sees some dumbass heroes holding a concert. Everything is going great until they were attacked by C-level criminals. They wiped the floor with them, but their leader got so angry that he transformed into a B-level villain, beating the hell out of everyone. Then a new B-rank hero appears to save the day, but ends being saved by Jai. Impressed with Jai's strength, Jan Chen visited Jai's house and begged to join the Heroes Association and become a certified hero. Jai tells no thank you, but his sister forces him to accept the offer to earn money. In the next day, Jai heads to the building where heroes are tested and finds a statue of himself with some other heroes. Jai asks who the hell are those guys, and Chen explains that was Zero's hero group, some SS-class heroes. Jai remains pretty confused because he fought solo all the time. Chen finally explains how the hero ranking system works and that he will be tested for his skills. His first test is a combat one against Yaten, a B-rank hero who just wants Jai to hold him for 3 minutes. But Jai just says he's gonna whoop his ass. Yaten enraged attacks Jai, but it's useless. Jai plays around for a bit, then finally beats him. Everyone is shocked after watching a noob easily beat a B-rank hero. Now Jai must face his nemesis, a written exam. Jai manages to become a certified hero, even after getting only 13 points on the written exam. While leaving, Jai notices a bunch of thugs trying to bully another noob hero, but a random guy appears and instantly scares them off. They all introduce themselves. The noob is Yan King, who gets mocked right away, and Jai bonds with 13 because they have the same 2D waifu. Jai invites him to his group right away and asks what's 13 seconds ability, which is to make everyone around him extremely unlucky. Everyone gets WTF, and as 13 explains his life story. He punches a pillar and the building starts to collapse. But just like this, their E-rank hero team was created. The newly founded team of heroes is looking for their first heroism act. They hear of 2 gangs making a deal about a monster creation machine, so they decide to intervene. Jan Chen uses a water purifier, which kills the green wobbly monster. However, the monster turns out to be a hella cute lowly girl. In the next day, a girl named Dong Zurin appears in their house and explains that the girl is a byproduct of an evolution company who use genes on orphans as test subjects, and that cute lowly is the only one who survived. She also reveals that heroes tried their best to stop it, but everything is led by none other than the president of the Heroes Association, Aoyang Rui. After this terrible news, the team swore to protect the lowly, so Lin Jai's sister took her to buy some clothes. They were accompanied by Lin Jai and the rest of the team. At the same time, the 4 heroes met the Golden Triangle again. The bullies tried to steal the lowly from them, but they were defeated by Lin Jai and his friends. After that, an assassin was sent to recover the lowly. He tracked it to Jai's sister's house. The greatest killer in the association has a class of strength. He challenged Lin Jai, who beat him in seconds. Facing his defeat, the assassin took a super drug that raised his level to S level. But he made the biggest mistake of his life and threatened Jai's family. So, Zero appeared and slashed the assassin alongside half a forest. The plan after this was simple: stop the president and take down the genetic evolution company. And to that, Zurin knew they will need help. So, she introduced the 4 friends to more heroes who would help them. The first one is an 11-level hero named Xiao Yi. She and the Muscle Boys will help Jai and his friends stop the president's plan. He wanted to distribute the super drug for everyone to use, and this will create chaos in the city and the world. That night, these heroes decide to attack the president and his allies in a forest. The fight starts. Jai has to face the president of the company and his A-rank assassin, but Chen steps in because he wants to make sure everyone gets a one-on-one battle and decides to fight the assassin. Qin uses his analytic skills to find Zhu Lij, but gets caught in a trap when Zhu attacks them from behind. Dong tries her best, but she's no match and gets captured by the president. On Chen's side, he likes to show off his tools, but gets stabbed by the assassin. Zurin Dong is being strangled by Aoyang Rui. She was helpless as his power is on a different level. Chen is taking a different approach. He is trying to convince his enemy to give up without violence through talk no jutsu, which works. King Yan was no match for his opponent either, yet he defeated him in the end, but not before he sustained really bad injuries. The company president gets all mad and uses the stimulant, expecting it to be enough to kill Jai. But like all the previous ones, end with a few punches. Jai arrives in time to save Zurin from the hero's president. But Aoyang Rui takes his steroids to get S-rank strength. Jai still manages to easily defeat him, and when asked if he killed the president, he tells that he was holding back. King Yan and Jan Chen were brought to the hospital after what happened in the last fight. Zurandong suggested that the team gets training to become stronger. Everyone welcomed the idea except Lin Jai. Because he was strong enough, he didn't need to train. Everyone starts to complain and Xiao Yi says he thinks too highly of himself because he could beat 2 rank A heroes, and that there's much stronger people out there like SS rank heroes. So he smirks and says he can easily beat all of them together. All go to the rooftop and start a fight with 4 of the heroes at the same time. And as you might have guessed, he beat them easily. Lin Jai's sister goes to the hospital to experiment on the Loli's dog. She wanted to increase its intelligence. There, she talked to Dr. Qin, who was busy with another project. Under the orders of the Aoyang president, he was trying to heal Rui, but he failed, so the Aoyang president got rid of him. In a ceremony that all heroes attended, Dong Yang was announced as the new president of the H-City Hero Association. Jai noticed Zurin behaving weirdly after seeing the new president of the Hero Association. She then approaches the new president, who is her older brother, but as she starts speaking to him, this older brother just starts bullying her and telling that she just ruins everything, making him clear her mess. The new president then notices Jai and the rest behind the door and asks him to join his family. Jai quickly rejects his offer, to which Dong Yang claims that everyone who rejected him is dead. But Jai still doesn't care and challenges Dong Yang to kill him. Furious, he starts using his mental powers to make everyone kneel, except for Jai, who's just chilling. Dong Yang is no match to Jai, as Jai also uses his mental powers to make the president quickly back down, making him bleed out from his mouth. They then decide to head out of the Hero Association and discuss the possibility of Zurin being in danger due to recent incidents. And going back to the lab, Lin's sister succeeded in her experiment. She made the dog read, but she was told by one of her colleagues that Dr. Qin is using the lab for ulterior motives. That night, Shisen is surveilling Zurin at her home in case something happens, and it did. Shisen notices a sports car approaching her house and notices Jai right away. He then finds out that it was her fiancé, Aoyang Zihao, who starts to mistreat her and abuse her just because they're engaged. The muscle boys heard her screaming and came to her rescue, but they were defeated by the robots that accompany Aoyang Zihao. Shisen tried to stop Zihao from abusing Zurin but failed. He was badly injured and fell unconscious. Seeing all of her friends nearly killed, Zurandong accepted to marry Aoyang Zihao if he promised her to leave them alone. Lin Jai arrived at Zurin's house in time to save Shisen from being killed by a robot, forcing Jai to use his fire spirit sword. Jai is all mad. He wants to end Aoyang's misery and take Zurin back, but his friends calm him down by telling that they need to heal Shisen and everyone else. The next day, our team decides to save Zurin from her fate and crash her wedding and use the dog, who became intelligent, to hack into their system. So, they plan and decide to sneak into the house and save Zurandong. The plan worked and Jai finally reached the house and sees Zurin. She refused to leave with him because this marriage is a family duty and she cannot be the cause of problems for her family, especially since the Aoyang family is very powerful. Jai still wants to take her, and she tries to attack him with her ice skills. He manages to convince her by saying he's justice, to which she finally accepts and holds his hand. Jai and Zurin try to flee from the Aoyang family but gets ambushed by Zihao, who managed to defeat his friends. To save Zurandong, Lin Jai challenges Aoyang Zihao into a fight. The winner gets what he wants. So, if Lin Jai wins, Zurandong is free to go with him and broke off the engagement. If Aoyang Zihao wins, he gets the fire spirit sword of Lin Jai. The Aoyang and Dong family decided to witness to their match. The fight begins with Jai using his sword. Zihao looks down on him and says he will only use his hands to kill him. Jai's spear skill is actually a dragon, almost killing Zihao, who doesn't want to accept defeat. So he activates a forbidden Aoi curse scroll created by SS rank masters to trap Jai. This scroll gives its occupant great power. Everyone survives and Jai finally defeats him. Everyone is happy Jai won. They were just about to celebrate when a mysterious man floating in the sky crashes the party. This man manages to stop time for everyone, except Jai. He proclaims to be God and challenges Jai to a battle, If Jai wins, he will save humanity. During this battle, the self-proclaimed god with a huge ego manages to get the advantage and enters Jai's mind. There he sees every detail of Jai's past, grieving for a dying girl. This makes Jai enrage and power up as the legendary hero, Zero. Even the self-proclaimed god was in shock after recognizing Zero, but he still claimed Jai could still die and proceeded to attack him. Jai uses his real powers, which pushes God into some moon. Zero appears on that same moon with his divine powers and uses one skill to teleport them back to Earth while setting God on fire. The self-proclaimed god was defeated, but he's not dead. He reveals to Jai that his goal was always to create a world where there is no evil. But he realized that he lost his way in the process. Jai showed God his scars and told him about all the fights that caused him. But if there was something he was thankful for, it was that his hands and face had no scars, because he doesn't have to worry about his little sister finding them. He just cannot put her through that. Lin Jai also mentioned a girl who died in his hands 5 years ago. The girl who was the reason he quit being a hero. After God's body disappeared, Lin Jai went to the lab to be with his sister when she woke up. And finally, he meets with Zuran, who's leaving to become a teacher in some hero academy. This is all for this anime. Give the video a like, and I will see you in the next minutes.